if a square x power 4 plus b square y power 4 equal to c power 8. C power 8. Then the maximum value of xy. Then the maximum value of xy is a square x power 4 plus b square y power 4 equal to not plus, equal to c power 8. Okay. Then maximum value of xy equal to. Since the powers are here, the powers are even. This is positive term and this is also positive term. Here a square x power 4 is positive and b square y power 4 is positive for all x comma y being real. Of course, a b also real. X comma both a and b also real. Therefore, so by arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean relation, a square x power 4 plus b square y power 4 by 2, the arithmetic mean of these two positive reals is greater than or equal to the geometric mean a square x power 4 into b square y power 4. But this is given, this part is given c power 8. So c power 8 by 2 is greater than or equal to ab x square y square. Therefore, x square y square is less than or equal to c power 8 by 2ab. X square y square is less than or equal to c power 8 by 2ab. Hence, xy is less than or equal to c power 4 by square root of 2ab. So, the maximum value of the product x into y equal to c power 4 by root 2ab. Therefore, xy maximum value is maximum equal to c power 4 by 2ab. Once this relation is valid, just I am applying the arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean for these two terms. Based on this, we get x square y square is less than or equal to c power 8 by 2ab, because this numerator is c power 8 given. Hence, the maximum of xy is given by c power 4 by square root of 2ab. We can apply the arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean for such problems. The relation is very important relation, which gives us the maximum or minimum of certain functions. Similarly, take these node points fx equal to x square plus 1 by x square. Then f minimum is 2. That is clearly 2. Because arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean application is valid here for x being positive or x not equal to 0. For x not equal to 0, it is valid. Next, similarly, for fx equal to ax square plus b by x square for x not equal to 0, then minimum of f by arithmetic mean is geometric mean. You can say that the minimum is 2 root AB. Same analogy, same formula. Apply arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean to these two terms. In such case, we get the minimum of the function is 2 root AB. And similarly, fx equal to a square sin square x plus b square cosec square x. These two are reciprocal clearly. Once these two are reciprocal, the minimum is then f minimum equal to 2ab. Like that, fx equal to a square cos square x plus b square secant square x. Cos square and secant square are reciprocal. Then also f minimum is 2ab. Similarly, fx equal to a square tan square x plus b square cot square x. One is the reciprocal of the other. Then minimum of f minimum is 2ab. So these are all the functions whose minimum can be obtained by this relation. Arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to their geometric mean. This is very important relation. Next problem. Okay. Next one. If fx equal to a sin x plus b cos x plus c, then f minimum, f maximum, once the given function is in that form, a sin x plus b cos x plus c, then what is the minimum and what is the maximum? So the minimum and maximum of a sin x plus b cos x plus c is here. To get this one, let us consider fx or a sin x plus b cos x plus c. This is the square root of a square plus b square into a by root over a square plus b square sin x plus b by root over a square plus b square cos x plus c. Just these two terms are multiplying and dividing with root a square plus b square. Thus these two terms are divided with root a square plus b square, at the same time multiplying the same with root a square plus b square. We get this one. So that is c plus root over a square plus b square into, taking a by root a square plus b square as cos theta x plus, once this is cos theta, this is sin theta into cos x. We are assuming cos theta as a by root a square plus b square and sin theta as b by root a square plus b square. I am taking this one as cos and this one as sine. That gives us c plus root over a square plus b square into. Clearly this is of the form sine of a plus b. Sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine of a plus b form. Sine of x plus theta. Just I am writing these two terms as a single trigonometric function. A single trigonometric function. So, but sine of x plus theta. But sine of x plus theta always lies between -1 and 1 for all x. The sine values are always lies between -1 and 1. That implies minus root over a square plus b square is less than or equal to root a square plus b square into sine of x plus theta is less than or equal to root a square plus b square. Just multiplying this inequality with root a square plus b square. To get the function here, let us add c throughout the inequality. So, c minus root a square plus b square is less than or equal to c plus root over a square plus b square into sine of x plus theta here is less than or equal to c plus root over a square plus b square. Clearly this is a sin x plus b cos x plus c. So, fx, hence this fx c minus root over a square plus b square is less than or equal to fx is less than or equal to c plus root over a square plus b square. Here theta is nothing but, tan theta equal to b by a. That implies here you can write like this, tan theta equal to b by a. Therefore, theta is tan inverse of b by a constant. So, hence the given function can be put in this form, where theta being a constant tan inverse b by a. So, the minimum of this function is this, maximum of this function is this. So, f minimum equal to here c minus root a square plus b square. F maximum is c plus root over a square plus b square. You can take them as results, as a formulas, especially the function is in this form a sin x plus b cos x plus c. Then immediately you can find the minimum and maximum values of the functions as c minus root a square plus b square, and maximum is c plus root a square plus b square. This is very useful in dealing the maximum and minimum of such functions. For example, I will give one problem based on this one. If fx equal to root 3 sin x plus cos x, then f maximum value. Once fx equal to root 3 sin x plus cos x. Given fx equal to root 3 sin x plus cos x, comparing with fx equal to a sin x plus b cos x plus c. Here we have a equal to root 3, b equal to 1, c is 0 clearly. Therefore, f maximum is c plus root over a square plus b square. C is 0 plus root over 3 plus 1, which is 2. In case of f minimum is c minus root over a square plus b square, that is 0 minus square root of 3 plus 1, that is minus 2. So, the minimum is minus 2 and maximum is plus 2. Hence, here fx lies between minus 2 and plus 2. The total function lies between minus 2 and 2. You can find the range of the function as well the minimum and maximum values of the function. Once you get the minimum and maximum values of the function, then you can say that range of the function is minus 2 and plus 2. To evaluate such problems, the above result is very important. Similarly, once fx equal to fx is a quadratic ax square plus bx plus c for a not equal to 0, x being real, of course, fx equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Then f minimum and f maximum. In case of a quadratic function, what is the minimum and what is the maximum? Let us consider fx equal to ax square plus bx plus c, a quadratic function. This is a into x square plus b by ax plus c by a. I will write it as a into x square plus b by ax plus c by a. That is a into x square plus 2 into b by 2a x plus add and subtract b square by 4a square, the square of this term, b square by 4a square plus c by a. Within the bracket itself, just multiply the numerator and denominator with 2 and adding the square of this one, b by 2a whole square, we get these terms. Now from the first three terms, you can write it as x plus b by 2a whole square from the first three terms. You can put all the x terms as a perfect square. Then on simplification of these, we get 4ac minus b square by 4a square. So that fx is here, therefore fx equal to a into x plus b by 2a whole square plus 4ac minus b square by 4a. So this is fx. Now clearly taking f dash x derivative test. Now f dash x, taking derivative to this function, we get a 2ax plus b. F double dash x is 2a. Now second derivative test, just I am applying second derivative test. So f dash x equal to 0 when x equal to minus b by 2a. Now case 1. If a positive, then f dash of minus b by 2a is 0, because at x equal to minus b by 2a, f dash 0, and since a is considered as positive, f double dash is minus b by 2a value. For any value of x, it is 2a. Hence, for a is positive, this is positive. So in this case, therefore, for a greater than 0, f is minimum at x equal to minus b by 2a. F is minimum at x equal to minus b by 2a for a greater than 0. That is the condition. So the minimum value of f is taking x equal to minus b by 2a. in the function. This is also a function, the modified form of the function. Taking x equal to minus b by 2a, it becomes 0. The minimum value is 4ac minus b square by 4 itself. Therefore, we can conclude that for a greater than 0, f minimum is 4ac minus b square by 4a. This is our result for a greater than 0 only. Once x square coefficient is positive, f takes its minimum. Similarly, in case 2, for a less than 0, then f double dash at minus b by 2a is negative, because f double dash is 2a, that is negative. Hence, f takes its maximum at x equal to minus b by 2a, and f maximum value is, in such case also, 4a itself, because this is 0 once x equal to minus b by 2a. At x equal to minus b by 2a, it is, since it is 0, fx is this. Hence, maximum value of f is 4ac minus b square by 4a itself. The minimum and maximum is same, value is same. But when did you say that value is minimum? Whenever a is positive. The value is said to be maximum whenever a is negative. So that is the conclusion here. Therefore, for a less than 0, then f maximum is, the quadratic maximum value is b square by 4a. This is our result. So the quadratic function ax square plus bx plus c has its minimum whenever x square coefficient is positive. Its maximum, it takes maximum whenever its x square coefficient is negative. So based on a positive and a negative, either it takes maximum or it takes minimum. That is the concept. Graphically, this one is, suppose in case of a positive, for a positive, the function has minimum, hence it is upward curve. This is the turning point, x equal to minus b by 2a. This value is minimum. Here the tangent is parallel to x axis. So f dash is 0 at this point. Moreover, the curve is completely above this tangent. Concave upward case. This is concave upward. So that the turning point is here. This is the point. This point is minus b by 2a, comma 4ac minus b square by 4a, the minimum value. That is the turning point of the graph of the quadratic. The graph of the quadratic is clearly a parabola. Here the f minimum is 4ac minus b square by 4a. Hence, that it takes its turning point. It takes its turning point at minus b by 2a and 4ac minus b square by 4a. So that is the turning point of the graph. This is the case of minimum. The remaining functional values are more than this functional value. Hence, that is the minimum value. Similarly, in case of maximum, the curve may be like this. So, in such case, the maximum exists at this point, because at this point the tangent is parallel to x axis. This is x equal to minus b by 2a. This length is 4ac minus b square by 4a. Hence, this is the point minus b by 2a comma 4ac minus b square by 4a. This is the maximum value. So, this is the case for a less than 0, f maximum is 4ac minus b square by 4a. So, this is the case of maximum, this is the case of minimum. The quadratic takes its graphs and the graph of the quadratic takes its turn at that value x equal to minus b by 2a. It takes its turn. Either it takes maximum or minimum. 4ac minus b square minus delta minus the discriminant minus delta by 4a takes its minimum whenever the x square coefficient is positive. Minus delta by 4a maximum whenever a is negative. That is the concept related to the quadratic forms. This is also one important concept related which is very useful in dealing the quadratic functions and maximum or minimum of the quadratic functions. The turning point and very useful in study the graph of the function. For a greater than 0, the graph is upward open, concave upward. That is called concave upward. For a is less than 0, it is concave downward. Take that note point. If fx equal to ax square plus bx plus c, then graph of fx is concave upward. Concave upward for a greater than 0, concave downward for a less than 0. Concave upward means once the curve is completely above the tangent, then it is concave upward case, upward. Once the curve is completely below the tangent like this, concave downward. Concave upward and concave downward forms. Suppose in certain cases the curve changes its nature from concave upward to concave downward. At certain point it may changes from concave upward to concave downward. Up to this point, this is concave upward. From this point, it takes concave downward. So, at a particular point, the curve is continuous. At a particular point, it changes its nature from concave upward to concave downwards or vice versa. Then that particular point is known as inflection point. Inflection point. To get the inflection point, f dash of x must at this point, f dash x is 0, f double dash x is also 0, f double dash x is not equal to 0. This is the case to get inflection point at this particular point. First derivative 0, second derivative 0, third derivative is not equal to 0. At that particular point, you cannot say the function has either minimum or maximum. But whenever you consider this point clearly, you can say this is either minimum or maximum, or this is, you can say at this point it is minimum or maximum. But whereas you cannot say at this point either function takes its minimum or maximum. In such case, that is called inflection point. Moreover, one way of defining the inflection point is the point where the tangent crosses its own curve. The tangent the point, inflection point is nothing but the point on the curve where the tangent crosses its own curve. That is called inflection point. Or you can say that the point where it is neither increasing nor, either neither maximum nor minimum, or the point where it changes from concave upward to concave downward or vice versa. That is called inflection point. So, these are all the very important points